Welcome traders to my first YouTube video on the TKFlow level generator. In this video I'm going to teach you the basics about the indicator because most of these things are not well known by most traders. So in this video I'm going to help clarify what each thing in the indicator means. Starting off with the levels that you see start at Asia Open, so you're going to see them appear on your chart at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and these levels extend for your trading day, the specific trading day that you are trading. They will end at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. the next day. So they stay on your chart for 24 hours. Okay, the way you use these levels is basically they're just support and resistance, but you use them with your model. You use them as confluence, as insight for your trading because they're very reliable, but if you don't know which ones to pick, you're going to be left trading blind. So aligning them with your analysis is very helpful because this gives you confidence. This could give you a better entry. Say you want to enter longs here off of this fair value gap, for example. You'll probably know that we're not going to come back to this fair value gap because my level is here and it's going to support price for us to go higher. And vice versa, you could also get a better entry by waiting a little bit and delaying your entry to take your entry at a level. So that covers the data levels. You get 3 to 5 every day, and my preferred look back is 2, so that you can see yesterday's levels and today's levels at the same time, because yesterday's levels still get respected pretty well. Next, we're going to cover TKT. TKT is my personal time-based level, and you can use it as supply and demand. So you can take buys off of it like seen here, or you can take sells off of it like seen here. Buys, buys, buys here, sells, sells, and then buys again, right? So you can use it as a break and retest, and it works pretty well because I've back tested it for multiple days. Sometimes you'll see it get ran through, like here and here, but overall, you can see it catch tops and bottoms consistently. Here you can see on Sunday during Asia, we came to TKT, and then the market just absolutely rallied. And then during Asia again, this is 12 a.m. 12 a.m. on Tuesday, we saw TKT get hit again, and then the market sold off. Another chance was seen here. So now that we've covered both the levels and TKT, you probably might be wondering, why are your candles colored differently? So my indicator shows you delta candles, which basically show who was in control during that specific candle. And it's not just in control, it's who was absolutely dominating that candle. Was it buyers or was it sellers, or was it really neutral? So as you can see, my chart colors are a beige and a brown-ish, right? So beige and brown, but some candles are green. Some candles are white and some candles are blue. So those candles indicate that in this specific time, sellers absolutely dominated buyers. And here as well, buyers absolutely dominated sellers. But the the candle doesn't have to be a mostly bullish candle for buyers to dominate. And the candle doesn't have to be mostly bearish for sellers to dominate. That's the power of absorption. And that's my favorite way to trade off of delta candles. And I'll explain that in a second. In the upcoming update, you guys will have these info tables as well. But for now, I'm just going to use this to explain. So, as I said, my favorite way to trade is through absorption. You see the markets aggressively push to a level, and then immediately they start coming back down. So that's combining absorption at levels and then a delta flip as well. So I'll show you an example, and a good example is seen here as well. Here we got aggressive push with dominant buyers. And then immediately after, we saw aggressive selling, aggressive sellers. Delta flipped. And then if you wanted to wait for a retracement, you got the perfect retracement here to a level. And then you could have traded all the way down to this level. And then you could have bought back, targeted the same level. And then the levels really tell their own story. You can see all the different ways you could have traded just based off of this. This was the perfect short you could have took during Asia. And last but not least, I'm going to cover the ATR table. So ATR stands for average true range, and how I have my table set up, it's the average true range for the New York session. So where you see today's estimate, that's the estimate point that we're going to move, the estimated dollar amount that we're going to move throughout this New York session. So today we were estimated to move 351 points, but we actually moved 484 points, which is good because we see that we expected a certain amount of volatility and we were even more volatile than that. That's good because that means more trading for you, bigger ranges, and volatility is your friend. You get to make money when the markets are volatile. What you don't want to see is the range falling short. So we would estimate 300 and then the markets only did 200. Then we are expecting more volatility. And we will have days like that. ATR will have days like that. Losing streaks have to happen for winning streaks to happen. But it is adaptive, right? And you see the 50-day average, that's a good benchmark. That's a good benchmark to see if we're not going to hit the daily estimate, we're at least going to hit the 50-day average, if you get what I mean. As I said before, this is only calculating New York session because that's really the only thing that matters to most of you. Most of you don't trade Asia, most of you don't trade London. New York session, ATR, that's the only thing visible in this table. That's going to be it for the first video on TKFlow level generator. I hope this helped. In conclusion, I'll say that this indicator helps traders get better entries and better exits. It helps them find insights for their trading, and it should not be used as financial advice to take trades. Only a tool. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.